I want to go over a post that I did, guys, on my YouTube channel on the community section, because unlike many posts I've done, which some people might like, some people might like not, I don't like all the stuff I do. Some of it I love, some of it I don't. This is probably the best piece of writing that I've done ever that I can remember. And I got an email from someone that was quite nice, and a lot of people have liked this. And I wrote this when I came back from a coaching session, because sometimes teaching and coaching other people to get over their anxiety and build their confidence and achieve their goals, it really reminds me of how difficult it is and what my clients have to go through and what I have to go through on a daily basis, because I suffer with anxiety as well, just like my clients do. So this really did come from the heart. This really did come from nothing but truth. There was nothing edited here. There was no lies. There was no exaggeration. There was no people pleasing or writing it in a certain way. I just wrote the truth of my experience, which has been numerous times with dealing with anxiety, with successfully getting over it, with being challenged by it, and my experiences of observing so many clients that I've coached, that have come through the door, done the 6 weeks program, weekend programs, fearless events, coaching, single coaching programs, so many coaching sessions. So I wanted to read it out today, and I wanted to go a little bit further, because obviously you can read it, you can go on my channel now and read it and get some inspiration from it. But I really want to talk about it. So let me read it first in this video, and then I'm going to go into it, because really this is what my message is about. This is why I work so hard to get this message across, because I want people to get this message. And I don't just mean like I want guys to get it, read it. I want them to do what it requires in this written paragraph. I don't even know what to call it. I wouldn't even call it a blog. That's kind of like an insult. It's a bit more than that. It's like, I suppose it's my feelings, emotions and experiences as to what it takes to face your anxiety, what you've got to go through to get on the other side and achieve your desired goals, right? Because all of our goals are slightly different. Like, some of my clients' goals are not exactly the same as my goals or when I started out. Some of them are. But within all of our own different individual goals, we all share one thing in common on this channel, and is that we all suffer with anxiety. Right, so this is what I wrote. Facing your anxiety for the most part is not going to feel comfortable, but the confidence, the courage, the character, the mental toughness, the satisfaction, the success, the discipline, the growth, the self-respect, the experience and the wisdom that you gain afterwards is going to make all those uncomfortable situations that you had to go through in your life worth it. And I can really get into that. So, all right, I'll keep reading. Self-doubt is going to visit you on a daily basis and try and talk you out of facing your anxiety. You must choose to be strong and fight the self-doubt off and continue to take action on your anxiety and fear. When you do this, you will notice your anxiety starts to reduce and your confidence will start to increase. This is a continuous process of taking action on your anxiety and accepting that you are going to have good and bad days. How you deal with the bad days will determine how much confidence you gain in the long run. Your anxiety will try and make you feel bad about yourself, so you quit. Even when you feel like giving up, you must keep fighting the anxiety and moving forward in your life. Eventually, you will get back into a positive place again. However, when you're in a positive place, you are going to inevitably, bloody hell, that word, fall back into a negative place from time to time. Once again, you must not give up. You must keep taking action and believing in yourself, even on days that are really difficult. Overcoming your anxiety and building your confidence is not an overnight thing. You must be patient, persistent, and fully motivated to keep moving forward each and every day. You must be compassionate towards yourself, otherwise your negative self-judging thoughts will continue to drag you back into a dark place. I recommend that every time you go out and face your anxiety, you reward yourself afterwards whether that's with a positive affirmation, sorry, about yourself, or it could be treating yourself to watching a movie. This is even difficult to read out loud. This is how much this means to me, and I know how much it means to all of you, because you relate. You're going through this, or you're about to go through this. The most important thing when overcoming your anxiety and building your confidence is momentum. You must continue to build lots of momentum if you want your anxiety and confidence to improve. What you put in is what you're going to get out. If you don't keep facing your anxiety, then your confidence is not going to improve. This is easier said than done, but to actually keep doing it takes a tremendous amount of courage and determination. I can honestly tell you from my experience that any man can successfully do this if he has the desire to do so. Nobody can stop you from overcoming your anxiety other than yourself. This is why you must not make excuses or blame other people for the way that you are. Making excuses and blaming others does not help you reduce your anxiety and improve your confidence and self-esteem. In fact, blaming others that have done you wrong in the past will only increase your anxiety. Excuse me. Take full responsibility and be accountable for your actions. It's okay to express how difficult your anxiety is making your life, but don't use it as an excuse to stay where you are. Remember how much potential you have in your life, providing you're willing to continue facing your anxiety. There are no limits on how much you can improve. I overcame mental breakdown and I was in a mental hospital for 6 weeks with this exact advice I'm giving you. Before I had my mental breakdown in 2017, I went from being a very anxious and insecure man to becoming a successful confidence coach and building a successful brand on YouTube that's transformed literally thousands of people all over the world. This was not an easy thing for me to do, but I never gave up, which is why I got to where I got to. Let me remind you that overcoming your anxiety is not going to be a pain-free journey. ! No pain, no gain. And last line is, when you become fearless, your life becomes limitless. So, even reading that out loud is really challenging for me. This is good practice for me because I might have said this on videos before. One of the first anxieties that I had, where I got embarrassed and kids laughed at me at school, was reading out loud. And I'll be honest today, I feel a little bit anxious reading that out loud in front of the camera, because this does bring up a little bit of the past, when I used to feel the way I felt. Now, usually when I do videos, I feel really confident because I've got confidence on the camera. But see, people might hear this differently. For me, I'm still proud of myself because I was still able to read that really confidently, and most people will probably think I read that brilliant, which I think I did. Obviously, I made a few mistakes, but that's because I've just read it once. I haven't been in the mirror practicing. And this is what I want to explain to a lot of people that just sometimes don't get it, and it's because they're too negative. It's usually people that are very negative by nature, have anxiety, haven't taken any action, right? They haven't taken the action that I've taken, not even 20% of it. And they certainly haven't taken the action that my clients are taking, my current clients on the 6-week program, and many clients I work with. So they're going to come from their perspective, which is going to be very limited and very naive. So if they see me make a slip up and get a little bit awkward over a word or anything, they're like, he's anxious. But when you go around like that, you're not going to grow, because successful people would never make that a big deal. I'm here because I face it. I'm in the arena. I've faced so much. That's why I became successful. I never said, to the critics, I never sat here and said, when I came on YouTube or started teaching, I never said, look at me. I'm a guy who suffered with all anxieties, issues, insecurities, bullied at school, shy, introverted, traumatic past. I also had a lovely upbringing as well. It was both. And now I'm this perfect man who teaches other people how to get over anxiety, and I never get anxious and nothing frightens me. It's not true. The real truth is, I have anxiety every day, same as all of you do. But the difference is between me and most of you, I do something about it. I get off my arse and I go out and take action. I'm growing all the time. So some people, it's funny because David Goggins was saying he gets that a lot, and I get that. Again, it's ignorant, and it usually comes from jealousy. People will say things like, oh, you look serious in your video. You don't look happy. Are you down? Are you okay? And the real truth is, where I am right now, I'm in the best place I've ever been. I'm focused, I'm driven. I've been taking a lot of action again, after going through what I've already gone through. It's almost like this is the second chapter for me. The first chapter of my life was getting over my anxiety, my social anxiety, my fear, getting a girlfriend, which I did, starting a business, which I did successfully. I never knew it was going to be that big. Earning money, which I did, doing loads of public talks and getting my confidence, really high and really reducing my anxiety. And then after going to the top of the mountain, so to speak, and being successful and having a brand, a business, and helping so many people, which has been incredible. At some point, I am going to write a book, probably about my life story. I'm not really big on writing books on how to overcome fear, because reading a book on how to overcome fear isn't going to do it. You've got to face the fear. But to share my story, because one of you actually emailed me this, it was quite nice, right? And again, I don't want to sound ungrateful or big-headed, I'm not but I don't care what people think anyway. I don't need any of you, I don't need your approval, because I get my approval from working on myself and being the best person I can be and helping others and facing my fear. I get my approval from facing fear. But it was nice, one of you wrote, I'll read it. You read my post yesterday, and this is what you said. You said, hey man, I just read your YouTube post. I actually took screenshots, so screenshots of it so I can read it again. Great. If you wrote a book along those lines, I'd definitely buy it. Somehow you write in a way where I can feel that it's true. I'm not sure why, but it's got that true feeling about it. I really appreciate that, and that's true. It's because it is true. It's because it's 100% the truth. It's because I don't lie about anything in my story. I tell the truth, and it comes from the heart. I can't come from any other. I can't do the other stuff. I can't do what most people do. The lies, talking rubbish, lying. I'm not into that. I can't do that. So I'm grateful. This is the impact I want to continue to have. So where was I? And I think that's my message, what I've been trying to say. And sometimes this is good. I'm not complaining, all this is good. It's challenging sometimes, because some people will get my message. They will get it to the point where they'll watch a video, hear my story, get the motivation or the understanding or the wisdom or whatever they need to get from it, and they'll go and apply it in their life, in their story. They'll go out, face the fears, and they've changed their life. And that's brilliant. That's someone who gets it. But many people will, they get obsessed with people will be obsessed with my hairstyle. And my hairstyle's got nothing to do with your anxiety and me teaching you how to overcome it. Or people will be, I suppose it's like a young child that's just curious and say things like, do you still get scared? How tall are you, Johnny? How much do you weigh? How many friends do you have? Where do you live? It's all that kind of stuff. And it's at some level it's all right, but for grown adults, it's like, come on, grow up, guys. I enjoy my life, but I'm trying to help you, and anxiety isn't an easy thing to do. As you know, you live with it. You try teaching it for a living. It's hard. It's really hard. For those people that think my life's easy, and when you're successful, yeah, there's certain things that I'm grateful for, that I'm blessed, same as you are, but it certainly isn't easy. This outline explains and this is what a lot of people don't get. They think when you become successful, it stops. It doesn't stop. You still have anxiety for life. No matter how much money I made, my anxiety would never go away. No matter how many beautiful women I dated, it would never go away. No matter how many people's lives I transform, and you've seen the transformation, well, you've seen some of them on YouTube. You've only seen 5%. It's been loads. I don't even feel like I can take all the credit for it. I don't even feel like, I don't know, I feel quite humbled by it. I can't really say, I did all that. I don't even think I played my part. I've always believed in God. I've always believed in something that gives me a bit of help and strength. And I believe also good people that come to me, they're a lot braver than they imagine. So there's that as well. It's a combination of many things and some things that I don't understand. But it doesn't end. You know, if anything, becoming successful adds to your anxiety. You're always going to have some challenges. You're not going to, it doesn't work like that. I think some people are so naive, they need to break out of that. So, but what I wanted to say about this, see, depending on where you're at, you're going to hear different things. When I read this, I don't know what you guys get, but when I read this, oh God, why is it? Internet's cut out. So when I read back what I wrote, it's a really positive message. What it's saying is, you're going to have to go through hell and back. It's going to be so difficult. It's going to be so uncomfortable. There's going to be a lot of suffering, a hell of a lot of emotional suffering. It's going to be torture at times. But if you're strong and you've got courage and you're determined and you're driven and you don't quit, you keep going, it's going to be worth it after when you get the confidence. Confidence is amazing. Like to feel confident in anything is such a wonderful gift. It is a gift from God. It's a gift from something, because I didn't have it. I weren't really born with it. And when I started to gain it, or maybe we weren't born with it and then my confidence got shattered. But when I started to access my confidence with that, it's such an amazing feeling. It's like solving a mystery. And then when you start, getting more disciplined, more accountable, and you're a better person, it makes the hell and back that you've got to go through worth it. And that's what I always say to clients, because most people, I say most, not all, a lot of you are very enlightened and you've gone through big changes, and I applaud you, brilliant. But there's still a lot of people that they can't seem to get it in their brain that what I'm saying is, yes, it's difficult. Yes, it's blood, sweat and tears. Yes, it's frightening. Yes, you're going to hate it on some days, believe me. But the reward is worth it. If the reward wasn't worth it, I wouldn't be here doing this video now. I swear to God, I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't waste my time. There would be no incentive. I wouldn't have the confidence and faith and the experience and the facts to back it up, to encourage you guys that it's worth facing your anxiety long term. Obviously, if you just face it a little bit and recluse back into your comfort zone, it's not worth it, because you're not going to make any changes. So you got to treat this as a full-time job. I had to dedicate my life to this, and then I had to dedicate most of my life to you guys, to my clients, new clients, or whatever you want to call it. I'm not a big fan of saying fans. It makes me feel funny. Maybe people that appreciate, that follow. Maybe followers is maybe a better word, or friends, whatever you want to call it. But fans has that. It can be weird. So see, that's the thing today. We do live in a world where it's too politically correct, everything, even in this area. Nobody wants to hurt anyone's feelings. But if I gave that a second guess and I didn't write the truth down and I wrote something to accommodate everyone's feelings and please them, I'd have to lie. And I'm not going to do that. I'm not prepared to do that. I couldn't do that. So I'm going to tell the truth, even if some people don't like it. It's shocking for some people. I know most of you are going to love it, because most of you, for some reason, you seem to like the videos the most where I'm just ranting. I'm just being honest, being myself. But yeah, for those people who say things like, oh, you're right, you don't really care how I am, because you wouldn't say it in that way. If you really cared about someone, you wouldn't ask them in a patronizing way. I'd never ask someone like you. I'm so motivated and driven. I've just come back from the gym. I am fantastic. Not that you care anyway. Some of you do care, but my point being is the reason why my face is serious a lot when I do these videos is because I take my work seriously. I really want to help people with this, and it means a lot to me. So it's not common you're going to see me laughing, cracking jokes in front of the camera, because that's not my consistent personality, and I can't do all that fake laughing, fake teeth, fake laughing. It's not me. That actually makes me laugh. When I think about that, it cracks me up, because I can't do that. I couldn't even do that if you paid me to do that. I can't do that. So because I've got quite a serious face, it doesn't mean I'm not happy, my life's not good. I've been open before. I'm open on YouTube with everyone. I don't care what anyone thinks. When I'm down or depressed, I'm up. I'm in a good place. I'm just very focused at the moment with my business, with my training, and with inspiring people. And this, to get to this place, it's taken me a long time. I like being in this place because this is where I'm most happy. I'm not really into the ups and downs of those little fake emotional highs that we all get, because they don't last. Now I feel just focused, dedicated, and I'm super fit from the gym. So that's why when I do the videos, and lately, that's why my face is the way it is, because I'm being myself. I'm not wearing a mask. I'm not going to do what a lot of people do on YouTube, where they do these fake jokes, they laugh. If they want to do that, good luck to them. That's not me. I weren't brought up like that, and I can't do that. And my teaching, I said to a client the other day, he said, saying about he's not feeling great, he doesn't want to put on. I said, look, don't do that. Be authentic. You can't fake that you're happy if you're not. If you're feeling down, go and socialize. Obviously, you don't want to put negativity on people, but just come from the place where you are. Don't force it, and you'll naturally get into a good mood. So for me, maybe everyone's different in terms of how they think they can judge people's moods, but I feel great. Just come back from the gym, and obviously, the things I'm talking about are really important things. So you're not going to be laughing and jumping up and down and joking when you're talking about, a mental health problem, effectively, anxiety and fear, and what people have got to go through. But for me, I feel really positive, right? But I don't know. Today, people think that if you're not smiling, then something's wrong. If there was something wrong, I'd say it. What is actually wrong is with most of you not being able to get what I'm saying, or you don't want to hear it because you know it's true. And I do understand, people have said to me, you don't always want to hear my teaching because it's so challenging. I don't want to hear it sometimes, because what I'm actually saying is you've got to face your anxiety, despite how horrible it feels, despite how much it unsettles your mood. And if you don't do that, obviously it's your choice, then you're going to be in darkness, you're going to be depressed. That's the catch-22. If you don't face the anxiety, guess what happens? Yeah, you might get away with some temporary discomfort, i.e. you got a date lined up. Let's say you got a date, which is fantastic. And on the day of the date, you're too nervous, so you back out, you cancel it. So you cancel the date to let yourself off the hook. But now you've got to deal with the regret. You've got to deal with the self-judging that's going to happen. You've got to deal with feeling like a coward because you didn't go and face your fear. You didn't commit to your responsibilities, and you got a good opportunity to meet someone. Or if you said you were going to do a public talk or an event or whatever, you didn't go to work. So that's what I'm talking about here. I'm talking about the truth in this area. But when you keep facing it, it's just, happiness is an understatement. I would prefer over happiness how I'm feeling right now. Like I said, maybe people don't associate the word focused as a word of, like a good feeling, but it's a great feeling when I'm lasered in. I really feel, I just feel present, and I feel grateful to be alive, and I just have a confident, passion, drive, all these things. And maybe on my face, because of my personality, it doesn't show up in the form of happiness as to the idea that people think. And of course, when I'm with my friends and family, I'm not always on YouTube, I have got a very jokey personality. I have got Irish in me, so I like laughing and joking, and I don't take myself too seriously. But I do when I'm doing these videos, because it's a serious topic. It's not natural. And I think today I'm giving you a great lesson, because I know so many of you struggle socially. You struggle with, how should I be around people? I've said it before, you've got to be yourself. And if you don't have the confidence to be yourself and show the real emotions and show your real face, what you're feeling, then you've got to chip away and work at it gradually. Because it took me to be honest, it's taken me more confidence and discipline and self-knowing to be who I am in front of the camera today, like how I am now, and not whack on the social mask and smile and make out like my life is so amazing, when we know deep down that even when you're like, my life is amazing, it is amazing, but there's challenges. We've all got challenges. So I know my style's not for everyone. I knew that from when I first started. I knew that it's going to be a very bespoke audience that's going to get me, understand where I'm coming from, who I am as a person, my values, and we're either going to connect and we're not. And if we're not, that's fine. I can handle that. I've handled it so many times before. So going into how I'm feeling or how I'm looking. I like the way I am. I like the way I've always come across. I come across authentic, whether, and in the next video, I might be doing a different topic and I might be laughing and joking and smiling, but that will be because that's really how I feel in that moment. That's my mood. So I just don't do it. And I think it takes more guts. And I think deep down people respect where I'm coming from more than someone who's fake and is always trying to be something they're not because they want approval. I don't need anyone's approval. I definitely needed it when I was younger because I was so insecure and I didn't take action. I weren't accountable and I wasn't honest enough. Too many white lies, especially with myself, not being real, all that stuff. So I've gone through that years ago and I smashed that down. So to any of you out there that's struggling with authenticity, it's okay, just be patient. Most of us are not authentic straight away. We do wear a social mask. We do hide our feelings. We do try and be what we think people want us to be until we get to a level of confidence, which, if you read this post, all the answers are in this post because this is my life story, kind of shrunk down. It's the whole truth is there. So when the gentleman, I appreciate again, said to me, really nice what you said. Not just because it's flattering, but it really is. When you said, I'll read it again because you wrote really good as well. When you said, hey man, I just read your post, it actually took screenshots. Somehow you write in a way where I can feel that is true. People can feel it. And that's wonderful. There's a true feeling about it. And you're only going to get that by being authentic. If I came on and done, hey guys, in this video and all that, you ain't going to get that true feeling. Some people might like that because that's the world that they live in, and that's fine. That's their choice. That's not the world I live in. And I'm not saying you got to be Sergeant Major every day. I'm not like this all the time. There's a time where I do switch off, but of course, you're going to show different emotions depending on the setting. And when I'm teaching and working, I take it serious as you should do. You should take your work serious. You should be professional. Otherwise, how am I going to coach people? You're not going to be able to help them and get them to see sense. And there's always room for fun as well. I do have a laugh with most of my clients, when I get to know them. But everybody's different. You can't paint everyone with the same brush. I follow people online. I love David Goggins. He's one of my favorites. He's someone that I can really relate to what he says, having gone through the things that he says in my life. And I like the fact that serious-faced, passionate guy, and no nonsense. He's brilliant. He's inspired me. So I can relate to him, where maybe some people can't, even though he's got massive following and he deserves it. And there's other people that I watch on YouTube that are different to me and different to David Goggins, and they do laugh and crack jokes, but they are being authentic. And then the ones that are fake, I don't watch them. So I'm aware it's there, but it doesn't appeal to me. Because for me, where there's fakeness, there's lies. And where there's lies, there's an immense amount of pain. Now, I'm not saying when you're authentic that there's not pain. There is pain. Of course I'm going to have some pain. We've all got pain in our life. Even when you face loads of it and you heal and you transform, none of us are pain-free. We're none of us perfect. We're not. So of course I'm going to have some pain. And if you sense some pain in me or trauma, then great, I'm not bothered. And not to, sound tit for tat, but I can sense the amount of pain that you're in and hope we're trying to help one another so we have less pain and can enjoy our lives more. So I don't know about how you guys I was just talking about, like my mood and just in general, everybody's different. There's quite a lot of people that I follow, many people, personalities who are in a great place like myself. But, when they're on camera or doing interviews, they're just more straight-faced. That's just their personality, and that's fine. Why should anyone have a problem with that? It's not like we're aggressive. I think a lot of introverted people, even the ones who have worked on themselves and done great things, do have, the type of facial expression where they don't smile all the time. And that's just what you're comfortable with, but it doesn't mean inside. See, I'd rather be serious-faced on the outside, but be feeling good inside. And this is exactly how I feel now. And you guys can take my word for it or not. I feel really good inside because I've been taking action. I've been to the gym, I've been coaching, I'm helping people. I'm doing all I can possibly do, and even trying to do a little bit more. So I've got no reason, and it's a good day. You know, it's a good, every day you have a good day is a good mental health day, because there are obviously, I have bad days as well, but I handle the bad days and I always turn it into a positive, or I accept it. So, you know, being serious faced on the outside doesn't mean you're an unhappy person. I mean, this is going deep. Look at the Joker. As a fictional character that represents a lot of truth, he's smiling, laughing on the outside, but he's the most miserable, darkest person on the inside. And there are people like that. I've had people approach me and say that, and say, look, Johnny, I come across this guy that's happy, I'm smiling, I'm laughing, but inside I'm really suffering. I need your help. So that's no surprise to me as well. So, you know, just live and let people be, man. Stop analysing everything in people's behaviour just because someone's a teacher or anybody. Like, mind your own business. Work on yourself. You have enough work to do, as opposed to monitoring my mood or my facial expressions or where I'm at. You know, why not try and relate to the amount of fear that I've faced? That's something you don't really want to get into. A lot of you don't want to talk about it. But many more videos to come. My goal is to continue educating people through my story, men who have anxiety, and in motivating them, big part of my teaching, inspiring them and coaching them, pushing them in the right way, being compassionate and getting them to take action on their anxiety, going out, socializing, whatever fear. Doesn't really matter. We don't have to be specific. Anxiety as a whole will hold you back from doing everything if you allow it to. But if you fight it, and I'm encouraging you all to be fighters, your life's going to be amazing. Because my life was amazing from 2012 when I started this journey. And then I had the success and I had the breakdown, and life wasn't amazing. It was horrible. And now my life is amazing again. And it's continuing because of the work that I'm putting in. So listen, I can't be any more frank than that, man. You're gonna peel me. What do they say? An onion has got many layers, and I'm just layering off, and this is about the most I can possibly do at this moment in time. So hopefully each video I do, I will be a little bit more authentic to encourage and help you guys so you can be more authentic. But you're not going to get authentic just by saying, I want to be authentic. You've got to live it. You've got to practice it. You've got to go to bed at night, in the morning. You've got to fall on your ass. You've got to manage the bad days. I said that in that post. I don't care how much money you got. I don't care how confident you are. I don't care how many women you've got or what, houses, mansions, investments. When you've got anxiety, it's going to come at you. You're going to have bad days. I still get bad days, but it's how you manage those bad days that will determine your future, your life. Now, the way I used to manage bad days back in the day wasn't good, because I didn't have the understanding. I didn't have the knowledge I've got now and experience. Now I manage bad days very good. And the good days like today, today's a brilliant day because I feel really balanced. I just go, thank God, I appreciate it. You know, enjoy it while it lasts, and on to the next one, all right? Like, share, subscribe. I will say this, I'm really confident that my message is going to have an even bigger impact than the original message. Obviously, this one's a lot more refined. There's more things added. It's kind of similar, but this one I think is better. Some might agree, some will agree. That's fine, your choice. But it's going to get home. The videos I'm doing at the moment, the boxing, the training, the encouragement, the fearless events, it's all happening, all right? And I appreciate all the support. You guys are great. And I do appreciate, I really mean this, nobody really likes it, but I kind of do when I'm in this place. I appreciate the criticism because it will always motivate me to produce the goods for my clients, myself, friends, and the lovely people that support me and follow me on YouTube, all right? Fearless.